Good morning, and welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV.
Stumbled already.
I'm like, wait a minute. How good of a morning is it?
Before you get too far off?
No, wait a minute. Don't
Whoop,
do that.
whoop.
No.
Yeah, I had to.
You have time for that. I give you time for that.
Yes, but
You were starting
off differently. You were stumbling and you were mumbling, and no.
There was no mumbling about it. I'm Bob Recktenwald. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callie. See, I give you time for that. There's no reason for you to interrupt. Know your role.
Know your role. Hey, I'll show you my role. Here, let me get a click here.
Easy now. Did you have a good weekend?
I did. We helped with on Saturdays the Kiwanis Club. They did a safety fair there at the fairgrounds, and it was a lot of families, a lot of kids that went through that.
What kind of things do they cover with that?
I do know that there was an ambulance there that was talking about ambulance safety. There was a bus driver there. He was talking about bus safety and different things for the kids. Some of the young kids, they were really looking forward to seeing that bus. They hadn't been on one yet. They see it driving down the road. It was actually pretty cool. A lot of kids liked that. And then they had tons of booths of different things that are going on in the community. I didn't get a chance to really go through all the booths and everything, but they had so many kids games going on. There was like 10 or 12 different kids games, and then had this big blow-up bounce house for them, and it was just a lot of fun. I think the kids had a good time. Parents got to get some information and learn a few things. And
let's give credit to the Lady Bomber wrestling team for being there to give you guys a hand to make sure that went off good.
They did. They did a great job. They pretty much ran all the kids' games. Some of them did the little face tattoo things that they had and stuff like that. So they did a great job. I know ROTC had some kids there that did a really, really good job. I'm just thankful for everybody coming out and volunteering and putting out their time.
When I was a kid, eons ago, they used to do a bike safety fair.
Okay.
Did you ever have anything like that where you were growing up?
Not that I recall.
They would actually gather, this was way back in my Illinois days, they would actually have a thing at the school or city hall or somewhere. I can't remember exactly where it was, but your parents had to bring your bike in for you. You couldn't ride it in. They'd bring your bike in, and they'd register it. They'd give you a little sticker with a serial number on it. They'd register your bike, and they'd go through and make sure your brakes all worked, and you had a horn, and you had a light, and all that stuff. And then you'd have to ride it through an obstacle course, and they gave you a little driver's license type card.
I don't know about, and I didn't see the whole if they give you driver's license. I know they inspected the bikes. They had courses that you could drive through, and I think they had bikes there if you didn't have one, but you could still go through the obstacle course and everything with your bike. So it was pretty neat.
I thought that was pretty cool. And then later in life, I figured out that it served two purposes. One, it was to make sure your bike was safe to be riding on the road or the sidewalks or wherever you rode it. Two, you needed to know how to ride the bike. And I guess the third purpose would have been introduce you to some of the local policemen to let you know that they are your friend. They're not an adversary.
That's always a good thing.
And it's just somebody that you can look for, a safe place to go to, and a safe person to talk to.
I do think one thing was cool that they were doing on the side of, they got that Kiwanis Club building where they do all the hamburgers and all the stuff. And on one side of it, they had painted it, and kids got to go through and put their thumbprint on it, permanent, and leave it up there. So it was pretty cool. I put mine on there.
Did they do the fingerprinting thing like they used to do?
I believe so. I think
a registry of some sort?
The police department may have been doing that. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And then the fire department was there as well. So it was cool.
Just a fun activity for kids. How many kids do you think went through that?
I couldn't tell you. I would guess a few hundred.
A few hundred?
Yep.
Good time.
Be a great time. Was a great time, sorry.
The morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. 29 locations serve you, one in Memphis, Tennessee. With all our respect is not only their motto, it's the way they do business and the way they will treat you. And now the morning prayer. Lord, we just thank you for who you are in our lives and what you do. And Lord, we just always come to you for guidance and security. And Lord, we just pray that you will continue to be there for us as your word says, that you will never forsake us. Lord, we just pray that you will continue to lead, guide, direct us, and keep us safe. And it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, Highway 5 North here in Mountain Home. Drive past Hospital Drive. Take a look to your right. The biggest American flag you've probably ever seen in your life. Pull in the driveway. Go talk to them about pre-planning, about their mausoleum, funeral plots. Go talk to them. They'll be glad to help you in any way they can. With all our respect, Renata Jenkins Byler and her staff do a great job all across the state of Arkansas and in Memphis, Tennessee, to help you in your time of need. And that's Roller Funeral Home. Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, the Z Team, has a new spot for us, and let's take a look at it now.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z team.
Well, they've done it again.
I like that one.
Yep, pretty much the same concept as the other one, but it's well pointed.
Updated. It's local. It's just really cool.
Yep, well pointed. The Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, 870-405-0793 is their phone number. Their website is retiredarkansas.net. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends. I say they're busy, but never too busy to help you. And they provide us with a shot of the White River each morning, and today is going to be nice. Mm-hmm. What a shot. What you're looking at is a shot back into Baxter County, Arkansas from Marion County, Arkansas. That's the city of Cotter. The Rainbow Bridge is to your left. Contractor Trust is to your right. And the state of Missouri is way off in the distance. At about the 1 o'clock position, you can see there's a little bird flying across. About 1 o'clock is the Witch's Hat Water Tower. It's the old water tower that served the city of Cotter and the surrounding area. And off to your left there at about 11 o'clock is the Woods Farm, part of the Woods Farm, that is. Beautiful location, beautiful country. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, that's the shot I was looking for.
Got a little gravel bar coming across there. Just water just running. You can, when you first see that, you think it's a still shot, but when you look up, kind of up on the shot, you can see it kind of swirling there in that curve.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a live shot, folks, and this is what we call God's country. If you want to take a look at it, go to retiredarkansas.net. Check out the MLS listings. You can also check out about 15 or 16 different live views by clicking on the live view button. We could sit here and look at this all day, but we got things to do. The Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, brings you the weather and the dam reports every morning, and let's take a look at some weather. Temperatures around the area: Mountain Home is 53, Harrison is 61, Batesville 53, Yellville 50, Marshall 50, Salem 51, Mountain View 50, Calico Rock 53, West Plains, Missouri is 51, Springfield, Missouri is 52, Poplar Bluff, Missouri 48, and St. Louis, Missouri is 44. I think fall is here.
I'm with you. I'll take it.
Take a look at the radar. We're going to zoom out. There's a little bit of rain down Oklahoma, around Tulsa, Fort Smith, coming up toward Fayetteville. Zoom out just a little bit more. See how wide span that is. Looks like Arkansas may get some rain today, maybe not a whole lot.
It's taking forever to load up.
It sure is. I've confused it.
It's a little slow this morning.
Let's see here.
Oh, now it's flying. There it is.
There we go. Rain over in Oklahoma City, Tulsa, coming in toward Fort Smith, Fayetteville. Down on Little Rock, let's zoom in tight. Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Jonesboro, Blytheville, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff. It's all clear right now. A little bit's going to be coming in between 10 and 11 this morning around Fort Smith. Probably will dissipate before it gets here. There's a slight chance of rain on Wednesday, so we'll keep an eye on that throughout the week. whole computer's slow today, Scooter. Well, there we go. It's Fat Bear Week.
All right, whatever that means.
Yeah, not sure.
It's Fat Bear Week.
What that's got to do with weather, but there you go.
Fattest of the fat.
Fat Bear Week.
All right. I'll remember that.
Watches and warnings. Looks a little bit cool. Heavy freezing spray warning in Virginia and West Virginia. How about that?
That's different.
Nothing for us to worry about here in Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma. Nothing severe at all. Louisiana, Alabama's all clear as well. Seven-day forecast, mostly sunny today, high of 80. Partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers tonight, low of 60. Chance of showers tomorrow with a high of 81. Chance of showers tomorrow night, low of 61. Wednesday, showers are likely, high of 78. Mostly clear Wednesday night, low of 49. Thursday, sunny, high of 69. Thursday night, 43. And Friday, high of 73. Friday night, low near 51. Saturday, high near 79. Low 54 on Saturday night and 71 on Sunday. And the old pollen. No tree pollen today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. Grass pollen is low today, none tomorrow, none on Wednesday. Ragweed is low today, moderate tomorrow, and low on Wednesday. Lake levels and dam reports look like this. As of 3 o'clock this morning, Lake Norfolk was 553.32, which is 1.32 above full pool. And they are not generating anything at the moment. And on Bull Shoals, it's 656.29, which is 2.71 below full pool of 659. They are currently generating 1 at a minimum flow rate, and that's where that is at. That's the weather and dam reports for you. Lake levels, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team. 870-405-0793 is their number. RetiredToArkansas.net is their website. Realtors you could recommend to a friend, and we'll be back in just a moment.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. The running of the bulls was this weekend.
It was. There was a lot of people that ran in it from what I heard. I couldn't be there. We were helping with the Kiwanis Club, so it happened in the morning, and there were a lot of people running from what I heard.
Yeah, it's not a high school event. It's open to the public. Anybody can join in, and I think it's kind of a fundraiser type thing too, isn't it?
And I know some of the runners, they ran with their parents. You know, their parents came out and ran with them.
Well, that's why you signed up for the Kiwanis thing.
Oh, yeah, you got it. I didn't want to have to run a 5K. I didn't want to have to. No, I'd probably run the one, and then they'd carry me the rest.
Be Baxter Health Ambulance Service.
There you go.
But it was a good time.
It was.
Austin did well.
Austin did really well. He believe he did the 5K and made a personal best for him. 18:53, I believe, is what it was. So he did really, really well. That was, like I said, that was his personal best. He had a good run. So.
Well, you set the bar high now. Season's cranking up good, and now he's got something to beat.
And there you go.
Or at least maintain.
And I think some of the senior runners that have done it for years actually held back a little bit and helped some of the other kids pace to learn how to pace and do. And I think that probably helped a lot with his time, having somebody pace him rather than just going out and running wild.
Mm-hmm. The Mountain Home Planning Commission will hold its monthly meeting this afternoon at 1 o'clock at City Council Chambers at the Municipal Building. On the agenda is a preliminary plat for property located on Vermont Drive, the approval of a landscape plan on the located at the intersection of Baxter Avenue and Highway 201 North, and the approval of a sketch plan for property located southwest intersection of Pine Tree Lane and Western Hills Way. I didn't know that the Planning Commission had anything to do with your landscape, did you?
Didn't either, apparently.
There must be more to it than that.
I got a feeling.
Technology purchases are on the agenda for the Yellville Summit Public Schools for their meeting, which will be held at 5:30 today. It's their regular monthly meeting. And on the agenda includes request for monthly budget, financial report, Act 1120, 5% increases for the 2022. Proposed technology purchases for middle school, which includes calculators for 1st, 5th, and 6th grade Chromebooks. And it's going to be fun. All that technology. They didn't have all that stuff when we were in school.
Nope.
We were lucky to have a calculator. Yeah. And you were lucky if they let you use a calculator.
You sure didn't have a cell phone to mess with while you're sitting in class.
No, I don't understand how that gets.
No. Yeah, I'm with you.
The Baxter County Election Commissioners will be doing a logic and accuracy test for the 2022 general election on Monday, today at 9 o'clock at the Baxter County Election Commission building located at 213 East 5th Street here in Mountain Home. Public can attend that, so that'd be, if you want to see how all that works, go by there and check that out. So there we go. There's some news highlights for you.
Do want to mention this Saturday at the Youth Center, they're doing their drive-through trunk and treat, and they will have a lot of booths, a lot of things going on. They'll be giving away free hot dogs. They'll have a scary portion of it that you can drive through the Rapsberry end of it. But if you got kids that don't want to do that, you can exit right after getting the hot dogs and not have to go through that. So
does that bypass all the booths or just the scary
no,
ones?
Just the scary trail at the end. So if you got kids that don't want to do it, then you can still go through all the booths, do all the candy, meet all the people, see all the stuff, and just exit there. Or when you get your hot dogs, they'll tell you turn left if you want to exit, or go right if you want to go through the haunted portion of it. And I know the girls and boys high school wrestling team will be helping to put that on as well.
There you go. And with that, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with some Monday morning sports highlights, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back. It's time for Monday Morning Sports. Scooter, we've got at Bomber Sports, we've got pretty busy week, but not super busy.
Not too much at home, though.
No, not a lot at home. We've got the Mountain Home High School tennis teams. The girls will be at Lakeside, and the girls will be at Hot Springs Country Club. They're playing tennis for the state tournament. That's a 2-day event. That'll be today and tomorrow. Volleyball versus Jonesboro MacArthur.
That one is at home.
Yeah, that's at home today. It's for the junior high. It's the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. Those matches start at 4:30. There's a JV game at Harrison. Mountain Home's JV is undefeated. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Yeah. That JV game is scheduled to start at 5:30 tomorrow. On Tuesday, the tennis teams will still be down in Lakeside and at Hot Springs Country Club. Volleyball versus Batesville for the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade starts at 4 o'clock. That will be at Batesville. The volleyball varsity will be, and junior varsity will be at Russellville. That starts at 4:30. And then 7th grade will have a blue gold scrimmage at 5 o'clock. On Wednesday the 12th, the high school basketball teams will be taking their pictures in the gym at 11:30. And I don't know what this Fields of Faith, is that cross country? I don't know what that
it
is.
may be pertain to all the sports. I think it's a thing where the kids get to all come together.
Oh, that's the Fellowship of Christian Athletes thing.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's going to be for all sports, actually all students.
I wish I'd had that beforehand. I'd have tried to get them on the show this morning. Thursday, the 13th of October, the volleyball will be hosting for a JV and varsity match at 4:30. They'll be hosting Greenwood. And it's Teacher Appreciation Night on Thursday night. Junior high, 8th and 9th grade will be playing host to Marion. It's going to be a big game as far as their conference standing go. The junior high 9th grade team is currently undefeated in their conference. In the 8th, they've only lost 1 game, and the 8th grade will play as well at 5 o'clock. The golf banquet will be at Big Creek Country Club at 6 o'clock. Friday, there is no Mountain Home Bomber football on Friday night. They have a bye week, and they're going to rest up, get healthy, and then take on the rest of their conference schedule following that. Saturday the 15th, cross-country teams will hold the Bomber Invitational at Arkansas State University at Mountain Home at 9:30, and volleyball 9th grade district tournament will start at Marion at noon. So that will take care of the week for the.
We do have a few things going on here in town, though.
They do. I thought it was a light week, but it's not as light as it expected.
Lighter for us.
We have a lighter week. Yes. Yep,
which
absolutely.
is good. Which is good.
You know, with the 9th grade Bombers, it's their second year in this conference, and they are absolutely doing a good job in it. They played a tough game against. They were expecting a tough game against Annie Camp last week over in Jonesboro, and they came out of that 40-6. On the top of that one.
Wasn't so tough.
No, it wasn't as tough as what they were expecting. So this Marion matchup on Thursday might be the answer for what's going to happen with the rest of the conference. So they have 3 games left, 2 at home, 1 away, and should be a good time to be had there. What's going on in the wrestling world? Just work.
We are. I think the boys are still in preseason, but quite a few of the boys are in the cross country, so they haven't made that transition yet. They're focusing on the sport that they're in. The girls, we are in full swing. We have transitioned from preseason to actual regular season, so we're hitting the mat. We're learning the fundamentals. We're going to have a pretty good team. I know we've got a number of them we'll pick up after some of these sports end up, but they have been working hard and getting ready.
On the football side, Mountain Home lost a game to Little Rock Christian on Friday night, 45-13. Yellville did not come out on top of their match either. It was 52-6, I think, was their score. Didn't fare well for them either way. Both of them will, I think, Mountain Home has a bye this week. Yellville will play. Both of them are looking for a conference win, and we hope they get it.
I hope so.
It'd be nice to have a win.
Yes.
And with that, I don't know what else we've got here, Scooter. You got anything?
I don't. I've spilled my beans.
There's some other volleyball around the area. Bald Knob will play Cave City. That starts today. That's going on, actually happening at 12:30 today. That's really about it. So we're going to take us a quick break. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. Coach Josh Fulcher's here. We're going to start talking basketball.
It's coming. It's right around the corner.
It's right around the corner. I think November the 5th is their kickoff day. So see how it goes. You're watching the morning show. We'll be back in just a moment.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Coach Josh Fulcher is with us this morning. How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you being here, or allowing me to come here. We're just right around the corner.
I'm looking for the banner across the bottom, and I don't see it.
I'm changing it over.
It's not like you didn't know about this, you know.
Correct. Yeah, right.
Hey, you moved back into Mountain Home from over in Marion County?
Correct.
Makes things a little bit easier.
It does.
For you?
It does. You know, we moved out, you know, kind of during the COVID pandemic. You know, we were all cooped up so much, and you know, we wanted to have some elbow room, and we moved out and, you know, bought a place with some land and acreage, and which is all fine and dandy, but you know, that I need to be at the school quite a bit, and it makes it a lot handier just being a few minutes away. So we loved where we were at, but we're very thankful to be back in town, and it makes it a whole lot easier for us and our family.
Closer to the mix of everything.
That's right. I've got to be pretty close at school. I'm around there a lot, so I got to be pretty close. So.
For those of you that don't know, Coach Fulcher is the head basketball coach for Mountain Home Public Schools.
Hey, there it is right there. It's on the bottom now.
Oh, by golly.
Good job, Scooter.
And not only do you do high school basketball, but you're very involved. You've got 2 little girls that like to play, and so you're very involved with the youth basketball as well.
Yes. Well, just whatever they're involved in, I'm involved in. It seems like the last couple of years – between softball and volleyball, softball, volleyball, and basketball, I've just been, on the run nonstop, and it's been fun. It's exciting. She plays. Both of my girls started doing a little basketball this year. My oldest one, she's done it for the last couple of years, and we've got an awesome little group there. Our 5th grade girls team, and of course we started Top Flight the other night, and we're doing Top Flight Tuesdays and Thursdays. We've been playing in a league over in Flippin and Harrison. We've been doing all kinds of stuff, so they keep us busy. I got a little dose of helping my wife out and helping Coach Webb out in a little softball. So I even coached a little softball and last spring, so that got a little dose of that. But no, it's you keep up with your kids and want to kind of help them, anything that they're interested in. I just want to give back, and they give me lots to do. I'm pretty busy with them.
How many different youth leagues are there in the area?
Well,
I know there's Top Flight.
Yes, for basketball, we have kind of like our introductory level where we're introducing our kids to the game and helping grow the game. That's our Top Flight program. That's K through 6. We run those in different sessions. Last week we started our 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th. We have those 2 groups and sessions. In girls, next month our boys start. So out of that Top Flight group, we have different groups of like kids that different interest levels. We want to catch them all in our Top Flight, and then we have some like in my daughter's group. They want to do a little bit more, so we ask parents to kind of take on that and work with the kids that want to do travel. Mm-hmm. The great thing about what Top Flight does is we're able to take that group, and we've played in the B Elite League, which is Harrison and Flippin. We're going to go to Hollister and play in some tournaments there in Hollister. And Top Flight covers the cost of that for our team. So we're very, for the most part. So we're very thankful, that we have a program that is able to do that. They've always covered all of our Top Flight travel teams. What we ask is, if you're going to be a Top Flight team, there are certain guidelines and things that we want our kids taught, and then following those kind of guidelines, and you're under the Top Flight umbrella. So Top Flight will pay for your entry fees. So
is Top Flight just a local organization, or do they do things in other towns?
No, it's just local. This was several years before I got here. This is kind of put together under when Coach Husky was. Well, I think Coach. I can't think of his name. Coach Husky was his assistant for a while. He's at Southside now. Sikowski. Coach Sikowski. It started kind of underneath him and Coach Husky, and we've got some really great people in that organization. I don't want to start naming them, but we got some really great people. I don't want to miss anybody's name on that, but that are involved in that help kind of oversee that, help run that, and the sessions. And we ask really the coaches that are doing the travel. Zach Hutchins and myself were kind of helping lead our 5th and 6th grade instruction on Tuesdays and Saturdays. So it's part of, they're helping pay some entry fees, and we're coaching those sessions for them. So that's kind of what we get out of a lot of the coaches that are traveling with their kids.
Do they work, this Top Flight organization, do they work closely with the high school coaches?
Oh, yes.
Lady Bombers and the Bombers?
Correct.
and try to instill what you guys are running at that level?
Yes. There are, and going along with what other organizations. There are other organizations, or there has been over the past several years. But Top Flight is the one that works closely with us, the one that we kind of set the guidelines for of how we want things and how the progression and teaching of kids. So that has always kind of been our elementary program. A lot of schools don't. There's not a need for that. When we go and play, we play like Valley Springs and Bergman and Flippin, and these schools, their high school coaches are able to go in there and work with their kids every day or every other day during a period at school, and it's a huge advantage to be able to have that. Ideally we could do that, but we offer so much, it would just be impossible for everybody to get their hands on their kids during the course of the day. So you have to have you have to outsource it. You have to have more help. You have to have more people involved, and the thing is it's all nonprofit. It's all volunteer based. And so we have a lot of great people that volunteer a lot of their time to give back to this organization. So you got to have really good people in it. It's only as good, as anything. It's only as good as the people in it. We've got great people in Top Flight, so I feel very strongly about that program.
What is 1010? Okay,
Keaton Tennyson, who was just recently hired to be our junior girls coach, he is a trainer. He's from Valley Springs. He's a really outstanding high school basketball player. He has a training facility, and he was really big in the Harrison area. And then a year or two ago, he moved to Mountain Home, has a facility going towards Gassville. He offers a couple of things. He offers some individual skills training, small group training, and then there's some AAU basketball opportunities that go alongside that. In fact, he's worked with he just finished some sessions with some of our girls, and he does a really good job. He's a really good basketball. In my opinion, it's just another outlet, another opportunity for kids that are wanting to, kind of take their basketball experience and broaden it, maybe, take it outside of. I'm a strong believer in, getting experience from others. When I think it's an advantage to be coached by several coaches, to be able to pick, from several people's brains, and I think that's just really good for the growth of any game of your sport. So he's a trainer in town that also works for our school, just recently hired by our school. I know I've gotten to know Keaton a little bit over this fall, and our girls he's really good with our kids, the kids that I've seen him work with, and I think we're very fortunate to have him leading our junior high program.
And he's going to be the junior high
girls basketball coach. Mm-hmm. He was hired this past year. Coach Lindsey Leonard moved up to the high school, and Ian Biggs he took the assistant job in Farmington. So I feel like I'm talking a lot about girls basketball.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Guess what? That's what happens when you're coaching a fifth grade girls basketball team.
Well, I wanted to spend the first segment talking about the youth program. So
yes,
we've talked about a lot about the girls, and the Top Flight program won't start till next month for the boys. So
correct.
That's just going to be something we'll have to wait and talk about later. How many numbers run through this girls Top Flight program?
Through the girls Top Flight, I want to be honest with you, I wasn't there Tuesday. Tuesday was kind of our initial registration day. I was at a cross-country meet. I think our numbers weren't as good as, I would want them to be, I wouldn't think. There's probably low 20s that has been signed up. I think what we're seeing overall, I think over the last handful of years, you've seen kind of a decline in girls basketball, to be honest with you, the numbers, number of participation. There's a lot of things that go into that. I think the first and foremost thing is it's hard. It's hard. Basketball is hard. But there's also, we've seen some other sports grow as well. And when you grow in one area, I mean, that's just part of it. I mean, I think volleyball has grown quite a bit over the years. I think that recruiting and getting those numbers is really important for your lower grades, and I think that's going to be that's a priority. I would think to Coach Leonard to ensure that his numbers continue to grow with his younger groups. But I'll be there tomorrow night. And this past Saturday we wasn't able to be there. We were in a tournament, and so I'll get to actually lay eyes on these kids and get to work these kids out tomorrow night. Myself and Coach Zach, and I think maybe Keaton Tennyson will be in there helping as well.
What grade does organized sports start?
Seventh grade.
Basketball.
Seventh grade. And this kind of goes along with my thought process in your youth programs. You really want to cast a broad net, and we want anybody and everybody that is interested in basketball to come in as a seventh grader, and I feel we do a really good job of that. Coach Patrick, Coach Killian, and Coach Schrum, they're in the seventh grade down there. We generally have like in the 40s numbers of boys that come in there for basketball. Now, when you get obviously 40 young men in there, it is a process. I mean, it takes a while, and a lot of times, our seventh graders, it takes them a while. It's usually after Christmas before they kind of got their feet underneath them. We have a lot of, I think all of our programs do a really good job. We have a high number that's in football, high number, they're involved in a lot. So that's what we want in Top Flight. We want to give those kids an experience, a taste of what it's like, but really we want them to get into seventh grade so we can get our hooks in on them. And then that goes seventh grade, eighth grade, ninth grade. Our eighth and ninth grade is led by Seth Godwin and Calvin Henry. We just hired Seth this year. He come from Mammoth Springs. We feel really blessed to be able to get him. He's a Mammoth Springs grad, hometown boy that's had a lot of success there, and he's had a lot of good teams there, and we were able to recruit him over, and we've been really pleased so far with what we've had in there. Coach Cody Wilmath led that group the last handful of years, and he took a job at North Little Rock, which is if you know anything about high school basketball, North Little Rock's always one of the top programs in the state. So he did a great job for us, and we're happy for him to move on to such a really good program like North Little Rock. But and then our high school 10th through 12th is myself and Coach Morris. Coach Brad Morris has been in this community a long time, and I couldn't ask for a better assistant. I mean, he's a top-notch guy who loves our kids. He loves the game, and really we just want. What we pride ourselves on is servant leadership, people that want to give, and we got a lot of guys that give back to their teams and our community, and I'm very thankful to have the staff that I do.
Good times.
Yes, absolutely.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner. November 5th is our Bomber tip-off, which is the fancy name for our alumni game. We play that on a Saturday, and actually this coming year we're moving a little earlier. I want to blame Shelby Upshaw for that. She's taken one of our coaches and marrying him that afternoon, evening. So we've moved that alumni game because we want to be able to go to it all. So we've got our girls tipping off at 11, or our high school girls versus the Lady Bombers, and then the boys will tip off after that. And then that Monday, we're the real deal starts, the 7th. We're playing Batesville. We've got Batesville coming into town. And then our first road game that Friday, which is the 11th, which is Veterans Day. We had a really neat opportunity kind of present itself. We're scheduled to play Rogers Heritage, and Rogers Heritage assistant called and asked if we wanted to play that game at Paycom Center, which is home of the Oklahoma City Thunder. So we are going to get to play our first road game in an NBA arena. Fans will be able to come watch our game, and then that ticket will get them into the NBA game that evening. So if there's anybody out there that's still needing tickets, Wednesday is the deadline. We're going to order those on Wednesday. So that's going to be a really fun experience. There's a certain allotment of tickets that we're supposed to sell, and we blew that out of the water. It's going to be a fun overall experience for our kiddos, and we're excited about that opportunity. It was kind of late. Ideally, we would like to have our girls and boys to be able to do that. We worked on trying to get Rogers Heritage girls to come play us, and they were tied into a game that they couldn't get out of, or possibly didn't want to get out of. But maybe if this is a good experience, it's something that we both can do together, in the future. So we'll see. But no, we're excited. I mean, season's right around the corner. I've got some great, outstanding young men working really hard.
We'll talk about them here in just a moment. Time for a break, 45 after the hour. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we're here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the XL7 Morning Show. It's time for Josh Fulcher is with us this morning. We're talking about Mountain Home Bomber basketball. Coach, what does your team look like this year?
Well, we're still kind of young. We talked about being young last year, but last year we were inexperienced. This year we played a lot of young kids last year, and a lot of sophomores. So we still got a lot of juniors. We've got three seniors. One of them is, just All-American on the cross-country course, Kai Bickford. He's in there when he can be, but he's always at practice. But he'll come in there and do a little bit. We kind of let him take off the fall. After practice he goes and runs about 6 to 8 miles, so conditioning won't be an issue with him. And then we've got Hagen Robb, which Hagen came to us last year. He had a really good summer for us, really good fall. Broke a finger, so he's been out for a few weeks, and that's kind of slowed us down a little bit. We've had kind of been hit with the injury bug a little bit. A few injuries, a few guys out. But the good thing is we have depth. And then our last senior is Ian Mason. Ian came to us last year, and that's a grandson of late Max Atkinson. So he's a big old 6'5" kid. But those guys that came to us, they're always kind of playing from behind. It's hard to just come into a program like ours and be able to pick things up. So there's some growth still there need to be done by those two of those guys. Kai's been playing since a sophomore, so he's got a pretty good feel of it. He's still going to be a little bit behind basketball-wise, once the season gets started, but it won't take long for him to kind of catch up where it needs to be. And then we've got a big junior class, and then we've got a really nice sophomore class that we really like. Some tough, gritty kids, and we've got some sophomores that's going to play. And so depth is not going to be an issue. Still, when you're playing you're planning on playing some sophomores at our level, it's going to be tough on them sophomores. Last year we had no other option. We had to stick with them because we could only replace them with other sophomores. So what we have this year is when they're struggling, we do have some relief for our guys. And honestly, I think we're going to kind of play to that depth a little bit. We're going to do some things that I haven't done in a long time. Extending some of our defense out and pressuring a little bit more with the addition of the shot clock. I think that allows us to kind of turn the game a little bit to our advantage. Now, I believe most schools are going to probably be doing some kind of a token pressure or a trapping, soft trapping, just really to melt the shot clock down. So it's going to be a little bit different of a game with the shot clock coming in.
When does that take effect?
That's this year. So
new scoreboards coming?
Yes, new scoreboards are in. The shot clocks are up. We think we've got some enough operators, but we're still taking applications. If there's some more functions that require. We've got we've got an awesome stat board up there to go along with the new shot clock. So I think we're going to need a couple more hands on deck running that thing. But we've got some good people that's volunteered. But we're always looking for good volunteers, especially in Bomber basketball. But no, but with the shot clock, the whole state is going to adopt it this year. I think there's going to be a little bit of a hiccup, just kind of everybody getting used to it. But luckily for us, last couple of years, we've played a lot of 6A West teams, which in basketball, the 6A West is your Fayetteville, your Rogers Heritage, all those in Northwest Arkansas. And those teams have been shot clock. They've been doing the shot clock for a couple years now. And so we've been able to play those teams. So we've already played in several shot clock games, and I've gotten a little idea of. But again, we've only done it a small sample size. There's going to be things that we don't know that we are going to see, and there's going to be constant reevaluation of how to. With anything as a coach, you're always trying to take advantage of changes and manipulate it in a way that benefits you. So there's a lot of things that we have ideas that we think will help us, but those ideas could definitely change once we get in there and we can evaluate and see how our team does.
How many returning starters do you have?
Oh, let's see. We kind of played a mix of kids last year. Kai Bickford is a returning starter. Braden Dewey is a returning starter. And then we had Braxton Carson started a lot for us. Robert Dover started a lot for us. We lost Luke Proctor last year, which was a senior, and Reed Ellison, which was a senior. Dodge started some games for us. He was a senior that graduated. So we've had kind of a mix of kids that have come in there, and just a guy like Robert Dover, which we see. The incredible things he does on Friday nights. He's also able to do those things on a basketball floor. He's not the most polished basketball player, but boy, he does some things that nobody else on our team can do. And the way he runs the floor, the way he just goes after rebounds, his strength, his toughness.
Conditioning on him won't be an issue.
No, it won't be an issue with him either. Now, it is football and basketball. There's more time of rest in football. There's more, stop and go, continuously in basketball. It'll take a little bit, but it won't take long for him, mainly because he's just a tough kid and he's got guts. And so we've got a lot coming back. We've got several guys that, McGee Harris is a kid that that's Dodge's little brother. We're expecting great things out of him. We're expecting, Coben Inskeep's another kid that's a junior that we're expecting great things out of him. We've got Levi Uchman, which is another, he can play inside, outside. We've got all kinds of kids. Got some
good depth.
Some really good depth, and we got some really good depth out of our sophomores. Ryder McLean's a really good sophomore that I think we're going to be hearing a lot of. Blaine Tate's another really good sophomore. He's got a little bulldog in him that, man, he's one of our toughest kids as a sophomore. We really like seeing that out of him. Jackson Brewer is, he's been banged up a little bit, but it's a kid that can shoot a little bit. I mean, now I've got to pull the roster out. I got to, once you start, you trap me. Once you start naming names, I mean, you can't, you don't know when to stop. But but I just named off a lot of kids there, and another kid that was injured for us last year that played a lot as a sophomore, Mason Walker. Mm-hmm. He's planning on being out there. Now, a lot of it is how he recovers from injury, but we really loved him as a sophomore. Just kind of a bulldog, tough kid that just kind of understood and had a good feel for the game. So he's a senior. So we're hoping that that injury-wise, health-wise, that he's able to get out there with us. But that's another kid that could be really big for us too.
What conference do they have you playing in right now?
We are in the 5A West, which that is the same teams from last year. You've got Greenwood, Van Buren, Siloam Springs. Alma. You've got Mountain Home. You've got there's a couple other schools, Greenbrier, and then most importantly, we got the Harrison Goblins that are finally a conference opponent. Valonia went to the Central, and we picked up Harrison. So we get 2 games with the Goblins this year, and that's a conference game, and we're really excited about that opportunity. They've got
at home, one at their
correct.
place.
Yes, we get them twice, and we don't have to play them early. I think that's really, both teams, we've always wanted to kind of be at full strength when we played each other anyways. Harrison has got a really talented young group of men. I think we've got a really talented young group of men. I think there's going to be nice battles for the next several years between our schools. Our conference is it's very that we had a lot of talent graduate last year. I think it's going to be there's a lot. Russellville. Well, how can you forget Russellville? They've been champs for 5 out of the last 6 years in the West, but. They graduated a lot of talent, but there's a lot of young talent. And I think it's more evenly spread out where we saw, Valonia and Russellville and Siloam kind of run things last year. We were in the mix the year before with Russellville and Valonia. This year, I think anybody can beat anybody. And that's because really it's all how these young pups kind of grow up. And how that attrition will set in because it's tough getting through a conference year, especially if you're young. It's a very physical conference, very demanding conference, and a very demanding schedule with as much as we travel. So everybody learning how to kind of go through the physical bumps and bruises, but also the mental.
Are you going to be able to do your ultimate tournament?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The ultimate tournament this year is December 27th through the 29th. We've got another great field coming in on the boys' side. We got our returning champions, Farmington. They are now.
1 minute.
Oh. Farmington, we've got Junction City coming in. We got Paragould, Greene County Tech, us. We've got Greenwood. We got Cave City and Flippin. So we got a little bit of local flair. We got some teams that are traveling, Greenwood and Junction City coming from all over the state. So we're looking forward to it. It'll be a really good tournament. Brackets will be coming out pretty soon. We're going to have a lot of teams up here for those 3 days, staying in hotels, eating at restaurants. So I invited.
No cakewalk anywhere.
No, that's right. That's right. And hopefully we welcome these teams and these fans from all over the state during that holiday time. And we get a lot of returning schools that come to it because our community does a really good job supporting it. I feel like we put on a really good tournament. we show a lot of hospitality, and it gives our community an opportunity to shine.
Coach, we appreciate you taking the time to join us this morning, especially on short notice.
Hey, I appreciate you too.
We will
Thank you for all you do. Go Bombers.
There you go. With that, see you tomorrow.